facts and issues, and thank you, my Lord, for asking me that question. Because what had happened was that, and as is set out in the governor's affidavit, is that there was a significant litigation risk that had emerged that was only ultimately resolved by the winding up of the parent company, CL Financial. And that's set out in the affidavit at, I'll find the paragraph in a second. And when the bidders inquired, they were told overtly that the reason for the pause in the process had to do with issues connected with Clico. And so, my Lord, there is in fact no mystery as to what happened there.
Well, telling someone that issues connected with Clico tells them very little. There is a feeling that the central bank have kept their reasoning fairly close to their chest on that point.
Well, my Lord, that with respect is how the matter could appear, with great respect, from the distance that you actually and I am now experiencing from Trinidad. But, my Lord, and this board has dealt with cases involving this very issue before. My Lord, the United Policy case arises out of the same circumstance. So, my Lord, I simply say that the idea that anybody in the commercial world, with respect, was not fully alive to the myriad of issues surrounding Clico and CLF, it's not tenable, my Lord. This is a once-in-a-generation event. The central bank doesn't intervene in the largest financial institution in the region every Sunday morning. Of course, it doesn't happen like that. The central bank, in order to manage that risk, put a pause while litigation was proceeding. And as I mentioned a moment ago, CL Financial was wound up, and that enabled them, because as I set out at the beginning, the Lords will remember that I said to you that the portfolios are in runoff, which means that the liabilities are changing over time. Of course, they are long-term, but over a long period of time. And therefore, for anything like a fair and transparent process to take place, it would be necessary for up-to-date information to be provided to prospective bidders. And that's why I was drawing your attention to the letter of the 3rd of January 2018. And my Lords will see that that was a necessary, we say, a necessary and essential part to the competitive auction process.
Yes, well, as is said in the Statement of Facts and Issues, the reason that the three bidders withdrew at stage 2 wasn't the general financial catastrophe that Clico had suffered, but it was a threatened litigation by the former chairman and principal shareholder.
That's right, my Lord. Yes.
Yes, it was a challenge to the resolution plan.
Yes, absolutely, my Lord.
Yes, but merely to say, there were all sorts of issues concerning Clico, not least concerns of corruption in relation to the Piarco Airport, if I remember right, from other litigation.
Well, Lord, I wish to tread very carefully in respect of that. My Lord is absolutely right, and of course I'm aware that the board has given a judgment. Yes. But I want to be careful about...
Well, I'm not asking you to make submissions on that. What I'm saying, merely to say to a bidder that there are issues relating to Clico when there were multiple issues relating to Clico is not exactly an explanation as to why, where a valid bid had been put in at the second round, that was departed from. But anyway, please make your submissions.
I'm obliged, my Lord. My Lord,